As doctors confirm the first case of measles this year in Oregon. Catherine Cook's in the newsroom. Catherine, officials say this is an unvaccinated traveler and people could have been exposed at a couple of very busy public places.
And David, that would be a grocery store in Lake Oswego and the Portland airport. We're told by health officials that the person who got the measles had just returned from an international trip.
We now have our first case of measles in Oregon in 2025.
State health officials warn the adult with Oregon's first confirmed measles case of the year spent time at this Safeway store on A Avenue in Lake Oswego. They say they were here on Sunday, June 22nd, between 11:30 a.m. and 3 p.m.
I go here every day. It's my local grocery store, Safeway, so that's a little frightening.
Pedro Fernandez says he and his kids are vaccinated against the measles, a disease health officials declared eliminated in the U.S. 25 years ago.
The problem is there's so many people that, as a matter of choice, choose not to be vaccinated, but we're a public grouping of human beings. We're not just individuals, and this is where that intersects.
I think my biggest thing is if you're sick, stay home. Don't spread it around.
A few days before the Safeway visit, health officials say the adult was hospitalized with measles symptoms, including a rash and pink eye. A lab confirmed the disease on Monday. The patient had recently traveled internationally, pointing to another public exposure risk. On June 17th, they took a United Airlines flight from Chicago to Portland, landing around 6:30 p.m. Health officials say they spent 2 hours at PDX, including time in baggage claim. Doctors' biggest concern is over people who aren't vaccinated.
When it lands in a group of relatively unvaccinated people, it'll spread like wildfire. And so, what our summer looks like is going to be dependent on what that happens, whether that happens.
Health officials say measles symptoms can show up 1 to 3 weeks after exposure. They usually start with a fever, cough, runny nose, and red eyes, followed by a rash. To limit exposure to others, doctors say call your provider ahead of time if you think you're infected. Don't just show up. And they note the recommended 2 doses of MMR vaccine offer 97% protection against the measles.
And if the medical advice is to be vaccinated, then we're vaccinated. I don't see where there's a debate, and as a consequence, people are going to die unnecessarily with an eradicated disease. It's unbelievable.
If you have travel plans, either international or domestic, doctors say it's a good idea to double check your vaccine records. Then if needed, get the MMR vaccine before you travel. David?
Yeah, always a good reminder. Thanks, Catherine.